Hey guys, Dim here, back with another MWS video. This is going to be another one of my talking style videos. We're basically going to talk about some of the upgrades I have since that last video to this and the reasons why. And we're going to start at the start of 2025. Basically, at the start of 2025, I had the following things in this. Buffer tube backwards, still stock, was stock then, I haven't changed anything. The bolt was the DE bolt, but with an Angry Gun nozzle set in there and the Angry Gun end pass. It's the one-piece set that you can buy, that you just replace the original nozzle set and drop it in. Then from the barrel, well, from there forward, I had original barrel, still have the original inner barrel. I had a maple leaf yellow 60-degree hot rubber in there and the Jaeger Precision Titan nub. Since then, I have changed some stuff. Basically, it all started at my first game day of the year. I went to one of my local woodland sites, Red Alert Airsoft, and I wanted to make a video using the MWS for the first time in a purely woodland gameplay. For those that you don't know, Red Alert is a woodland site. It does have some little CQB bits, but it is an outdoor site. I hadn't taken this to any outdoor sites and put some range on it, so popped an AIRCRO I got from my friend Dom on there, and I'd zeroed it and everything, and it was totally fine. Took it to the game day. When I got to the game day, I'd chronoed it and it was all zeroed and stuff like that, and then pretty much the first couple of shots went fine, and then I noticed it totally deviated. What had actually happened is, I'll put a picture up, I'd actually cracked my nozzle. It had actually cracked right down the center. So basically what had actually happened is I'd totally made my MWS not usable by accident. So it had cracked. I'll put a picture up here. And what it was doing, it wasn't reliably feeding gas from the mag. Well, the process of how it takes gas from the mag and then propels the BB out of the riff. It was sometimes venting too much, too little, and sometimes it would work, but it totally screwed up my accuracy. My optic, well, both of my optics, this red dot here, my crossfire and my AIRCRO, both zeroed. It just basically meant nothing was actually zeroed. Some shots would go perfectly straight, some would go really far up, some would go really low down. So I ended up having to change some stuff. The first thing I changed, obviously, was the nozzle set. So what I ended up trying to do, I took the Angry Gun nozzle set off the bolt, and my plan was to take the end pass itself and just put it back in my original nozzle set, the one that came with this. That didn't work because unfortunately the actual end pass in the Angry Gun nozzle set is really flimsy, and to be honest, it's not that good. It's good when it's all put together, but if you want to take it out and put it into something else, it isn't very good. It's kind of only really compatible with that. I'm not sure if it would be able to be dropped into an MWS like original nozzle set. That I don't know, so let me know if that's the case in the comments below. So basically what I ended up doing is I ended up taking the original DE nozzle set, putting it back in. Well, first things first, before I did that, I waited and I ordered a new end pass, and that end pass was the Jaeger Precision end pass. That is supposed to be drop in to MWSs, but there is a stipulation. With the TM ones, it is drop in. With the DE nozzles, you do have to do a bit of filing. So I had to do a slight bit of filing on the left and right side of the end pass itself, but after a little bit of filing, it drops straight in, and I've had no issues since. That's a really good piece of kit, and that then got dropped in. I wasn't planning on doing any other upgrades after that. I was just gonna put the nozzle set in with a new end pass and call it a day and then go and use it. But one of my friends, after helping him out with something, he actually gave me a flamingo pink hot rubber, and he gave me, because you get 2 in a pack, he gave me his spare Waldo Dynamics, it's either Ion or Xeon spring, I can't remember, so apologies Waldo for messing that up. He actually gave me the nozzle spring, because you get 2 in a pack, which is quite cool. And I ended up dropping them in, but a little bit after. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. First, what I did is I took this down again to my local site, not to play, just to test it out. I've got some footage I'll play in the background now. This was before the Flamingo pink hop rubber and the nozzle spring went into this. So this was basically when I'd put the DE bolt in, the DE nozzle set in, and the Jaeger MPAS. And basically I was having a load of issues. You'll see it in the footage here. It basically was having trouble returning to battery. I was using black gas. I also have tried it on green gas before I then put the final upgrades in, and it was just sticking. Obviously, when it doesn't go fully into battery and you pull the trigger again, it will then vent most of or all of the gas in the mag. So that was the issues I was having. And then that was when my friend gave me the Ion/Xeon spring, I'm not sure which one it is, and the hop rubber. I then put them both into the riff. Ever since then, that nozzle spring's actually solved that issue. It always goes back into battery, which is good. Also as well, I was using medium grease on the bolt. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would always use light grease. It works a bit better. The medium grease seems to work a bit better in my MP7. I have no issues with that, but in the MWS, I'm always going to use the light grease as well. So basically the build now, and the build that you'll see throughout the whole of 2025, unless something breaks, is again, buffer tube backwards is all stock. The bolt is the DE bolt, but it also has the DE nozzle set, the original one, but it just has the Jaeger Precision MPAS in there. And then from there forward, it has a Flamingo pink hop rubber. It has I still have the same hop nub in there, which is the Jaeger Precision Titan nub, and that is it. Standard in a barrel. And again, going back to the bolt, I have the 140% Waldo Dynamics spring in there. So that is the entire build. Everything else is just external. So fake suppressor, torch, ACOG / red dot. I changed the stock out a little bit from the last time. I really like CTR stocks. This was one I've had on loads of different builds. It's just time for it to go on here. Also as well, little plug here. Also, this sling is from AIRCRO. I'll put a link down in the description below. That's my company. We sell a bunch of cool slings. It's just a good quality sling that I'm going to be running on this pretty much forever. It's just really strong, really robust, so I don't have any issues, and I'm not going to worry that this sling is going to break and my gas blowback's just going to drop to the floor. But yeah, basically guys, that is it for the 2025 build. I'm probably not going to do absolutely anything else to this until something breaks. That was kind of my experience. I would recommend the Angry Gun nozzle set. However, the front end of the nozzle obviously potentially can be quite weak, right? I've probably only ran it maybe 5 game days I would say since I got it, and it's already broken. So I don't know what the QC is like on that. Again, only time will tell with the DE nozzle set. I don't know how well that's going to last. If that then does break, I'm going to get I think it's the Angry Gun reinforced, or it's the Guns Modifier reinforced nozzle set. If this breaks, that's what I'll do, and that's what I'll then stick with. But yeah, this is the build. I'm really happy with it. It seems to be performing now how I wanted it to perform. So can't say anything else about that, but I would recommend the Jaeger Precision MPAS. That was, again, a little bit of filing if it's not a TM spec nozzle set, but it dropped straight in. I've had no issues with it. Once I set it, it's been set and it's been consistently performing, which is nice. The Waldo springs, if you're having issues, like I said, when it's not going into battery fully, that solved the issue for me, so it should solve it for you. And you get 2 in a pack, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, the Flamingo rubber seems to be a lot more consistent than the Maple Leaf Yellow, and I normally swear by the Maple Leaf Yellow, but I might have to swear by the Flamingo Pinks. So yeah, there we go. That's it for the video, guys. Just a little bit of a spiel of what's happened to this and what I've done and what's in there. So Let me know what you've got in your MWSs, what you recommend and what you don't recommend as well. This is Simmers Dim, and I'll see you in the next one.